In this dissertation, I will discuss how the witches in Macbeth should not be held responsible for his actions and how the misuse of psychic, seers, and magic can lead to your downfall. Now, for some, blaming the witches for Macbeth's downfall is acceptable from a certain perspective because they planted the seed of ambition in his head in the first place. However, Macbeth, being a grown man, is responsible for his own actions at the end of the day. Now, we know that witches don't just make neutral predictions. They deliberately speak in riddles and half-truths to lure Macbeth into a false sense of destiny. They tell him that he will be king, but they don't explain it to him, which sends him down a dangerous path. But was it their responsibility to explain anything to him in the first place? Of course not. He had free will that could have stopped him at any moment, but coupled with his own ambition and that of his wife, he decided to take matters into his own hands, thinking that he could speed destiny along. Because Banquo also hears a prophecy, but he doesn't act violently on any of it, yet Macbeth does. Now, we can admit that the witches did exploit Macbeth's weaknesses, much like the snake tempted Eve in the Garden of Eden. But they never tell him to commit any unalivings in order to reach the throne. They simply stated that he'd be king. And any rational person can interpret that this would come true at some point in time. However, Macbeth chose to act in his own way, the most brutal way possible, showing his hand of weakness, greed, and ambition. It was his moral weakness that led to his downfall, not the witch's words. Now, if the witches had instructed him to directly unalive Duncan, then yes, they would have had a lot more say and been a lot more controlling of Macbeth's actions from then on. But they never said that, nor did they imply that. They merely planted the seed, and rather than waiting or seeking an honorable path, Macbeth decided to take it upon himself by immediately jumping to the worst possible solution ever, unalivings. So the witches did, in my opinion, what any psychic, seer, or magical practitioner would do. They simply exposed his flaws instead of creating them. Think of it as a form of shadow work, and he failed miserably. And let's not forget the role that Hecate plays in all of this, and no, this is not her. She's actually mad at the witches for dealing with Macbeth without including her, because she didn't think he was worthy of their help in the first place. Hecate encourages the witches to continue because she wants him to have these false visions. She wants him to think that he's going to be successful in the end, because she believes, she knows he's undeserving of everything in the first place, because he is extremely ambitious. And since Hecate is known as the goddess of witchcraft, it is her job to ensure that Macbeth is led right into his downfall. So yeah, supernatural forces might have pushed him to the end, but had he have not been ambitious and started unaliving people in the first place, none of this would have ever happened. He should have just taken the prophecy of "you will be king hereafter" and left it at that. But he couldn't just do that. Plus, he had a really bad wife, and she's a whole nother story in itself. Also, my content's going to take a quick, sharp left turn real quick. I'm trying to see something. There's a few large accounts that are wading in the waters of wisdom that do not belong to them. So I just need to see something. But y'all, just bear with me.